What is up, everybody? Welcome into the Act First show where we make sales simple for online coaches. And welcome into day 24 of 30 days to a higher close rate, where I take a struggling online coach and increase his close rate in just 30 days. All right, now, day 24, we've gone through the entirety of the script. We've gone through every single objection, and now we are putting Hunter to the test. We are taking a third party, complete random stranger, somebody that Hunter doesn't know, and we are having her give Hunter random objections to see how he does. So without further ado, let's have some fun.
Okay, so yeah, like I said, so we run muscle discipleship for 6 months. So there's two ways to get there. The first way is $4,000 on a payment plan. The other way is $3,200 paid one time in full. So you get an $800 discount to go that route. So for you today, what works better? Is it more of a payment plan or paid one time in full with the discount?
I really think that I just need to sit with this for a little while before I make any decisions.
For sure. So you just need some time.
Yeah,
Okay. Well, yeah, I mean, I want you to have as much time as you possibly need. I know you want to make a really, really good decision. So, is it cool if I ask you a couple questions?
go right ahead.
Okay, perfect. See, this is the part where I'm like, where the hell? I just need my notes, and they're all over the place already.
Gotta remember, we gotta remember.
I know.
You started off good. Remember, it's the four things we're checking in on.
Yeah. Okay. So I mean, the first question would just be, is this still like top priority for you? Like, I know that, you're mentioning like, hey, I want to lose 50 pounds, like get my wife's attraction back.
Just missing one part before we get into the questions. So just say,
The
awesome, help people with this all the time. When it comes to thinking about it, it really comes down to just four things. Are you cool if I go through that with you? They say yes.
Yes.
And then you start
Okay.
right with the first one.
Perfect. I'm just gonna go back to this other because I'm like, this is very jacked up on my end. Okay, cool. Yeah. Okay. So you need some time. I totally get it. I have no problem with you, giving you as much time as you need. I know you want to make a good decision. And so I'll help people through this all the time. Are you cool if I ask you some questions just that might, help determine if this is a good fit or not, or the right time?
Absolutely.
Okay, I love it. And so when it comes down to it, like there are really only ever four things, we need to think about, right? I've been in your position, I've been in your shoes, I've been on your end of this call a million times, and I realized there's only four things, right? And so, the first thing is, do you feel 110% confident that this program in specific can help you get to the goal you want to?
I'm at like 75%.
Okay, cool. So what do you think that other 25% is? What gives you concern?
I've just done other programs that didn't work, so I'm a little apprehensive.
Yes, totally. Okay, I totally understand that. Well, so with that, Chad, we've only done this one time, but I think I'm good. Sorry.
Good for what?
So, so then we're getting into
So yeah, this is that
this
week.
program. Yes.
So remember, this is the marriage, using that marriage.
That's yes, for sure. Was there anything that goes before the marriage analogy? That's where I was kind of stuck.
Just confirming that there's some fear behind that statement.
Yes. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So, I understand that, there's a million things out there. I know most of my clients have tried a lot of other things before, right? And really, when I hear that, it kind of sounds like there's a little bit of fear, right? Like there's a little bit of fear of like, is this the one that will, do it for me? Correct?
For sure.
For sure. Well, I mean, picture this, say, in another life, right? Another scenario, you want to get married, right? And so you go out there and you have all these dates, 5, 6, 7 dates. They are all terrible, like just the worst possible date, just total bomb, really weird, not fun, really awkward, right? So you go through that experience. And, at the end of that, you have these 5 or 6 or 7 experiences. At that point, are you just like, I guess it's just not for me, right? I'm not going to find my wife, right? What do you do in that scenario?
That's a great question. So I would say that, I just give it a break and keep trying.
Yeah, for
So,
sure, for
all
sure.
right, pausing you, Hunter.
Yeah,
So you kept that open-ended, which keeps which allows her to say like, oh, I would take a pause, right? So what we want to
yes,
say is like, hey, you're looking to find the love of your life, right? You have a couple of bad dates. Would you stop trying to find the love of your life, right?
yeah. So more leading. right?
Yeah, she's gonna say no to that, right? But if you say what would you do in that scenario, then anything can happen.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. No, that's good. Sorry. I'm still like, I finally found I'm going off memory right now. So, um,
That's good.
okay. Let me re-ask that. Yeah. Okay. So, if you were trying to find your wife, right, the love of your life, and you go out on a date, date after date after date, right, and it just bombs, like it's terrible, super weird, super awkward, not fun at all. Would you stop trying to find your wife at that point?
No,
Right. And why wouldn't you stop though?
because there's like a 8.2 billion people on the planet.
Correct. Yeah, for sure. And so like one or two or 10 failed experiences don't define us, right?
Correct.
So would you say that goal, of, finding a wife, or in your case, losing these 50 pounds, like, is that worth fighting for?
Yes,
Yeah, for sure. And why is that?
because my health is important to me.
Yeah, for sure. It is. And so, and you feel confident that this program can help you lose that weight?
I do.
You do. Okay. What makes you confident that, we're the right fit out of all the options?
I just feel from our conversation today and you being able to walk through everything that it seems like a good fit because I want to work not only on on my fitness, but I also want to work like on other areas in my life, like my mindset,
Mhm.
strengthening my faith, stuff like that.
Cool. So all those boxes are checked for you.
Yes.
I love it. So what do you say? I mean, we're gonna commit to this and achieve this goal once and for all.
Yeah,
Okay.
Cool. That was a good first start, Sarah. I like the weave in there. But yeah, that's how this is gonna go, right? So we were just
Yeah.
focused on one specific objection, but you're gonna get thrown all over the place. So this is
Yes. No, this is good. I think yeah, it's more of just like, I hear it and then I'm like, shit, where is this number at? It's just to make
all
sure I have all the bullet ones.
Yeah,
Um,
eventually we got to get to the point where you don't need it at all. But
1000%.
one
Yep.
thing in the interim, like one technical thing that could be helpful is on the left-hand side, if you create those tabs, if you
Yes.
create a tab for each individual objection, then you can click and get to it really quickly.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, I need to just like make oh, it won't let me. Um, okay. Yeah, that's good though.
All right, let's get into number two.
Perfect. Um, okay, so so like I said, we run muscle discipleship for 6 months. So there's two ways to get there. So the first way is $4,000 on a payment plan. The second way is $3,200 paid one time in full. So you get an $800 discount to go that route. So for you today, what works better? Is it more of a payment plan or paid one time in full with the discount?
I'm actually going to have to pause on that. I have a couple calls with another company coming up this week, actually, two companies this week.
I love it.
So I kind of want to gather some information and make my decision then.
Perfect. Yeah, that makes perfect sense. I know you want to make a good decision, see what's out there. I know you're like taking this really seriously. You want to make the right decision. Is it cool if I help you make that decision?
For sure.
Awesome. I appreciate your trust. So like, do you have a paper, and a pen close by?
Always.
Okay, awesome. Okay, so let's grab that piece of paper. And what I want you to do is draw like a vertical line, kind of like a T, make like a T, okay? So tell me when that's done.
Okay.
Okay, love it. And so on the left-hand side, I want you to take a few minutes and write out everything that your dream, program, mentorship, coach has to offer. Like what, just the perfect scenario, the most perfect thing. No rush. Just let me know when you're done writing that all out.
She's really writing it down.
Okay.
You ain't fucking around.
Cool. Okay, let's go. So on the right-hand side, I want you to write down everything you liked about our program, specifically our interaction, everything you know about me, just anything you know about me and like about our program, right? So same thing, no rush. Just let me know when you're done.
I like the fact that I essentially get like three coaches by the sounds of it.
Hmm.
Um, I like that this is focused on my faith.
Hmm.
Um, I like that it's multifaceted. And I also like that, everything is pretty much tailored to me.
Wait, sorry,
Yes.
I missed that. Did she also write down everything that she likes about you?
Did you? That was the second part. Yeah.
Okay, so you let her do that, and now you're asking her to.
No, the first question was the dream mentorship. The second one was so I think we went backwards.
Right. So
But
this was the flow. Dream mentorship, write everything down, good. Okay, everything you liked about us, good. Now you're having her recite dream mentorship, right?
right, yes. So
Okay.
what? Yeah. So sorry, we jumped ahead. So what what did you write down on the left? Like all this stuff about your dream mentorship program. Like what was all there?
For one, it was like accessibility and having
Hmm.
somebody in my corner at every time,
Hmm.
every day or how many
Love
ever
it.
times a week. I put 3 actually, but then the next would be, somebody that's centered in faith, has like shared beliefs and shared values. Um, and also somebody that I know is going to push me.
I love it. Okay, so cool. So what did you write about like our program in specific on the right side?
I mean, it's checked all those boxes.
So the same exact, both sides.
Yep.
That's awesome. That's good to hear. So do I have permission to challenge you here?
Sure.
So, like I said, I know you're, really serious about hitting this goal, making the right decision. You want to, check all your boxes, do your due diligence. So, I mean, based on what you just literally said, seems to me that we check off every box that you have, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So is it fair to say that, the right decision would be to no longer delay, reaching this goal and commit to the opportunity that's right in front of you?
Essentially, yes, but I've
Yeah,
kind of got this like fear of missing out
for
where,
sure.
I want to keep the appointments that I have.
Definitely.
Um, and I don't know, what these other two bring to the table.
Absolutely. Yeah, for sure. So, there's the thought of, okay, this checks off all your boxes, but what if these other ones check off a box I don't even know about?
Correct.
Okay, I love it. Okay. Um, and so well, I want to ask you this, because with the fear of missing out, right? Where do you think that comes from? Like what is that fear specifically?
That is more or less wanting the best for myself
Hmm. For sure. For
and
sure.
doing everything I can to, make sure that I'm going to hit my goals and excel past them.
Hmm. For sure. But you believe right now that, we check all those boxes. We check all those off in terms of
Yeah.
things that will take you to that place.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Well, let me ask you this, like, in other areas of life, or let's say in this area of life, right? You've been sitting, with this extra weight for, well, I think you said 3 years, right? This extra 60 pounds. Your marriage is taking a hit, you kind of feel terrible every time you look at yourself in the mirror, you're ready to go to bed at like 2 p.m., right? Like, what has waiting on this decision cost you so far?
Sorry, I just want to pause you really quick.
Yep.
Really good. I like where you're going with this. Keep where you're going with this,
Yep.
but don't put words in her mouth. Let her say all the things that you
Okay.
just. So just ask the
Okay.
question.
Yeah. I was like, damn, I shouldn't have even done that. So, yeah. So I know, like earlier, you were kind of mentioning like you've been in this general spot for a few years now. It's been a while, right? And so I guess my question would be like, what has waiting to make this decision, make the commitment, what does that cost you so far?
I guess like my health,
Hmm.
essentially my health. Um, that's kind of what I've got there.
Yeah. So just your health is taking a hit. What else comes up for you?
My relationships.
Hmm. Hmm. What else?
I would have to say, I'm sure it affects my job. If I was 50 pounds lighter, I would be able to, do my job better.
Mm, for sure. For sure. Yeah. Okay. That makes sense. And so I know this is a very important thing for you to fix, right? Obviously, that's you wouldn't have even gotten on this call or booked a couple of other ones. Like you take this very, very seriously. You want to solve this problem. My concern is that, you're just going to be further delaying the decision, right? And what I've seen is really there's two kinds of people, right? There's the guy that's like, man, I noticed the problem, I see it, I'm convicted, I feel the weight of it, I feel the weight of my decision up until this point, and he says, screw it. I'm going to make the best of the information I have right in front of me. I'm going to take action. I'm going to, go all in and I'm going to get it done. Right. There's the other person that there's always going to be another thing, right? There's always going to be another program. Did I make the right decision? Is this the most perfect thing? And from what I've seen, I mean, that will drag on, not just for weeks, it'll drag on for months, right? Because you're probably going to get on these other calls. It's going to be the exact same position you're in right now, right? And all that's happened is you've just gotten more information rather than just moving and making a commitment and going for something, right? Committing and going all in. Is that fair to say?
Yeah.
So with the information you have available to you right now, I mean, you have this dream list, right? Of like, this would be just, I would be over the moon if I got all of these things. And now, from your perspective, we fill all of those things, correct?
Correct.
And so from my perspective, it's like, well, there's complete overlap between what you want and what you see in front of me, in front of you at this point, right? And so my question would be, are you going to be the guy that just consistently over and over and over goes and gets more information but doesn't act, or are you going to be the guy that just acts on what's in front of him and gets the job done?
I want to be the guy that just takes action.
Why?
Why? Great question. Um, because I've been stuck in this mindset of that I have to make calculated decisions all the time. And essentially that's held me back.
Mhm.
That leads to overthinking, essentially a little bit of procrastination here and there.
Mhm.
Um, and yeah, I get the analysis paralysis from it.
Mhm. Yeah. And I mean, from a biblical perspective, like, I heard this the other day, you know, procrastination is this insane idea that we have more time than we really do, right? And so from my perspective, everything is aligned. You know that we can get you there. We're ready to go. I can have you in the gym and on a diet plan tonight.
Let's go.
Let's go. You want to commit to this?
Yep.
Let's do it.
Oh yeah. Dude, really good. The thought process there was excellent. The only slight change I would have made at the end there with the closing statement is she mentioned, or he in this scenario mentioned that this is the way they've always lived and this is the reason why they are where they are. I would have presented it. You packaged it as a Bible verse, which obviously is good for your person,
Mm,
but try to also package it in a way where it's an opportunity to finally break that belief and
yeah, yeah, yeah,
start
yeah.
something
Okay.
new.
Yeah.
That's the only change I would have made. I was gonna give feedback like I would have went the way of what would a successful person do that achieved the goal, but you basically did that in a different way.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
thought it was good. I thought it was really good. Yeah,
Okay.
you crushed it and you thought on your feet, so that was good. You're doing good, man. All
That
right.
was like no notes. So I was like, shit.
No,
I'm
it's good. I mean, you
for a
dug
loop.
back into the training, right? You followed up,
Yep.
you asked her why, right? You used a variation of like what would a successful person do without, following that frame specifically. So
Mhm.
yeah, that was the training showing itself. So that was good. All right,
I like it.
let's get uno mas.
Cool. Okay, so like I said, we run muscle discipleship for 6 months. Okay, so there's two ways to get there. The first way is $4,000 on a payment plan. The second way is $3,200 paid one time in full. So you get a big discount to go that route. So for you today, what works better is more of a payment plan or pay it one time in full and get the discount.
I actually would love to do a paid in full, but
Okay.
I really need to talk to my spouse about this before I make any more decisions.
A hundred
I knew
percent.
that was coming.
100%. Well, hey, I'm a husband. Most of the guys in this program are husbands. Like I'm not in the business of getting you in trouble over a big financial decision at all. Do you mind if I ask you a couple questions about that?
Yeah, go right ahead.
Okay, I love it. So, um, how, sorry, I have to remember this freaking thing. So, tell me about her involvement up until this point. Like, what kind of conversations have you guys had around, your health, your fitness, your mindset, your spiritual health? Like, what have those combos looked like so far?
She actually is on board with me improving these areas of my life. And that's why I'm technically on the call with you, was
Okay,
because she's kind of been pushing me to do this. But when it
good.
comes to big financial decisions, her and I need to sit down, talk about it, see what's going to work best from us, and then move from there.
100%. I love that. Yeah, I know. I mean, I want her to be on board. That's a really big deal to me. This is as much for her as it is for you, right? And so, so you guys have had like some pretty deep conversations, I'm assuming, of just like, hey, this is how this would improve our family, our marriage, all that kind of stuff.
Of course, she's my best
Okay.
friend.
I love it. And so, I know I'm the only reason I ask because I know this is kind of hard for a lot of guys, but does she know about your struggles, in this area? Because I know, we talked about just the idea of like, man, I'm just overloaded. Like there's so much work, there's so much ministry, taking care of the kids, games, coaching, all this stuff. And, so I know that was a big bottleneck for you. It was just like having the time, right? I know you mentioned you feel completely alone, like you don't have much support from other men, to kind of push you in this area to be accountable to. Um, have you kind of shared that stuff with her, like the struggles you have?
Not really. I just don't want to stress her out and put more on her plate. So we really haven't gotten into, my feelings and what I'm struggling with.
Absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, and I know I totally get that. I mean, it's hard to, have that conversation when there's five kids running around. I get it. And you guys have, you've discussed mentorship. She knows you're on this call. She pushed you to be here, so that part is awesome. So do I have permission to challenge you on that?
Go right ahead.
Okay, I love it. So, I mean, rightfully so. I love hearing that. Like, she's been pretty involved in this process, right? Like, she's pushed you. She wants you to do something. She wants you to make a change. There's been this kind of dreaming and vision casting of this is what this would mean for us and our family. She knows you're struggling a little bit, maybe not super specifically. You guys have talked about, getting some help in this area, and so it seems to me, that she's in full support of you reaching this goal, right? And so wouldn't you agree that, you committing to this would make her like over the moon happy that you're finally going to get this done?
I mean, would it make her happy? Yes.
For
Would
sure.
it completely tick her off if I don't have a discussion with her first? Absolutely.
Absolutely. For sure. 100%. And so, I just have one more question, then I have an idea for us. But, when you think about this, again, this is going to be me challenging you. This is man to man, brother to brother, Christian to Christian. This is the way I think about this. Um, for you, as the priest of your home, the pastor, the provider, the protector, the leader of your home, right? Do you believe that this is your problem to fix or your wife's?
Mine.
Why do you think that?
Because this is completely on me. It's my health. It's my journey. The most personal journey you'll ever be on is the one is your walk with God. And I feel like that's completely on me to make changes.
Mhm.
That's not her job.
For sure. Because I mean, you're exactly right. Like you're going to be the one that's showing up to the gym and eating right and tracking, getting your steps in, getting on calls with me, working through this hard stuff. It's going to be you. It's not going to be her, right? This is all on your shoulders. And so with that, I really do. I want her a green light, right? So why don't we do this? I mean, I do this all the time. But what you can do is you can turn off your camera, turn off your microphone. If she's there, just go ahead and have that conversation with her. You can give her a call. Do not worry about me. Like I have a million little admin tasks I can do while you do that. But just go tell her what this looks like, what this entails. If it's a yes, if it's a green light, then we'll just keep talking, get this thing done. If it's a no, then I at least, know what to send you guys for, when you go and have that conversation later. Does that sound fair?
Sounds fair.
Okay, cool. Well, yeah. Yeah. Just let me know when you're back.
I'm back.
All right. What's the
I'm
deal?
just
What's
going to
up?
go for it.
Okay, let's go. Are you sure?
Yeah.
We're committing to this?
Yep.
Let's do it. Okay.
Beautiful work. Okay, so I thought that was good. I would have got there a little quicker. And the
Yeah.
thing, remember, the things to remember, right? She said right off the bat, I'll pay in full. I just want to run this by my wife.
So
That's
you would just gone right in.
correct. That to me signals the last statement you just made right away. And if they say
Okay.
no, remember it's like, hey, when you go to have that conversation later, like which of these four things are you going to discuss? And then you can handle the objection from there. But
Okay. That's good.
if they don't show like some urgency, they just say, oh, I really want some time. I want to think about it. I want to talk to my wife, right? That's when you do the play that you did.